Click like, click share. Now, I don't like to get into my bullshit unless I'm really sure. I'm not going to attack nobody, not verbally or anything like that, but I'm saying I'm not going to start going at somebody until I know for sure, for sure. So yesterday I received a package. Now, the post office, I ordered a lot of packages overseas, and the post office has all of them. All of them. I'm telling you. And, when I complain, I get one. When I don't complain, I get nothing. Now, they sending me all the minor products, the $2 products, like, my lipstick and whatever. But the big items, I haven't received yet. Why? I don't know. I guess they're trying to see how they can maneuver by stealing it or giving it to one of their friends or whatever. But anyway, so I'm ordering a lot of overseas from, China and above. And one of my postmen, he's Chinese. He's the one who delivers the packages in the morning. Not the mail, the packages. But I've been having a lot of problems. I don't know him as well. You understand? But other people around the neighborhood knows him. But I noticed a lot of things, okay? I ordered some stuff last year. I got refurbished. I ordered brand new products now. And I got refurbished. He was the delivery guy. I ordered some products to I ordered some plants for in front of my door. But I'm like, and the plants was like $400 or $500, so I decided to send it back. He picked it up. It never got there. Now, I'm ordering a lot of stuff from, overseas and some from China. And what they do is they utilize him to find out where the hell am I ordering from and what am I ordering. Now, why are y'all so fucking interested in me? Y'all should be glad I'm not in your business. But no, that's not how y'all operate. You want to know every detail. You want me to know that, ain't shit I can do about it. Y'all gonna fuck with my packages if, you want to or whatever. Okay, so be it. I already made my speech about you fuck with my shit, I'm gonna fuck with your shit. I already made that speech in my other video. I'm not gonna repeat myself. So he's Chinese, so a couple of my packages is from China or Asia. So I know they're using him to find out where these packages are coming from, what I'm ordering, because they keep sending it in these packages. This is not the packages that is sent by these companies. So I'm here to tell you, if y'all want what I have, you're welcome to buy your own shit. Because I'm not going to play, this nice tit. No. I'm trying to close down USPS. I'm trying to get all y'all fired. Yep. Because at this point, I'm just sick and complaining. I tried to help y'all. I tried to save my job. I even told y'all what I look for. You don't know who I know. You understand? But all of y'all are thieves. And And then if you want to give my packages to somebody else so they can open it or steal it, be my guest. Do you, boo-boo. But when you lose your job, you lose your pension, you lose your house, you lose your car, and everything else, don't blame it on me. Because I'm not just going to keep filing reports. Oh, they keep bothering me. They keep messing with my packages. And y'all have a good laugh. That's not why I'm continuing this. I'm out for your jobs. Because at this point, y'all think it's groovy. That y'all think y'all can do whatever you want. And you think people can't prove that you're stealing people's shit. You're shopping through people's stuff. And you want to take what you want to take. And you want to give away to your friends. Or your friends may have told you, oh, this bitch is ordering a lot of shit. Give me all her shit. Okay, fine. You're just going to pay for it. You're just going to pay for it. One way or the other. So when I call, you don't have to pick up the phone. When I order my shit, you don't have to bring it. Because I know you have all my products. Because every time all my stuff leave customs and they land in the U.S., everything ceases. No tracking. It's gone somewhere. It disappears. Next thing I know, the little items popping up in my door. All my big stuff, still haven't received it. Now, this I complained about yesterday. Another one came to my door. How? How come it comes so fast? You all the way in China. How come I got it in one day? And I'm still not putting this in. I don't know who did what. You understand? I don't know, y'all people have this fucking obsession with this bitch won't bow down, so we gonna fuck with her. Fuck with me. Fine. I understand how the game, well, I don't understand all the parts, but I understand how some of the game goes. I do. I do understand. You have to continually fuck with me until I bow down. And if I don't bow down, you're gonna continually show me that you can fuck with my shit. Fine. Fuck with my shit. Fine. But don't be upset when you start losing your shit. Don't be. Don't go crying, oh, she's a bitch and she's so hard and she's out. Cause I warn you, I tell you, I don't go and fuck with nobody just to fuck with them and, tit for tat. No, I don't do that. If I have to use my energy to get at you, I'm not trying to get at you to get my glasses back or my packages back or my bag back or whatever else that you stole from me. I'm going to get at you. And whoever else helped you. I'm going to get at you. I don't waste my time on petty shit. I don't waste my time on getting at you to scratch your face. I'll ask you a question. I know you're going to deny. You're going to be like, no, I ain't do it. But I know you lying. But I'm letting you know that I know that you fucking with my shit. So you can be prepared of what's coming. So when I come and ask you something, I already know the answer. And I already know the answer that you're going to give. But I'm just letting you know, just be fucking prepared for my bullshit. So keep pointing yourself out. Keep going in my packages. Keep doing whatever. Or you fucking dirty cops. I got all your tag numbers. Because y'all so deep into dirt. You don't know how to get out. And you got these scum ass bitches running around thinking they all that. And you gonna lose your job. She already lost her job. She can't find no job nowhere. And that's just the beginning for that bitch. Yup. She was a teacher. She lost her job. Why? Because she don't know how to leave me alone. She thinks she cute. You understand? And she want to do her shit. She's so used to getting her way all the time and bullying people that I guess she wasn't prepared for me. Because I'm a low speaker and everything, so they think they can push me over. And at first, because it's not that people's pushing me over or anything. It just, I'm like, bitch, if I get at you, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna just ignore your ass. So with me ignoring their asses, they just got more strength and say, oh, we can fucking fuck with this bitch. And then when I get enough strength and just sick and tired of y'all dumbasses, I start my attack. And ain't nobody can talk me out of it. Not my son, not my sister, not my mother. Because I done gave y'all enough chances to stop fucking with me. But no, y'all don't take that as a sign of leave this bitch alone. She crazy. Because y'all gave me that title. Crazy. So I'm gonna keep that title. That bitch is crazy. You understand? Y'all don't back down and say, okay, we ain't gonna fuck with her no more. No, y'all come more. How dare this bitch challenge me? She don't know me and my fucking crew. We crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Y'all have great laughs. Great laugh. Yep. But when I start my bullshit, I'm not just going to get you back or get you arrested or get you some days off your job. No, I'm going for your whole fucking job. I'm going for your job, your fucking house, because that's from all the long time shit you've been doing. So you're going to pay it all at once. Because I keep not doing nothing and you keep fucking with me. I'm in my house. I'm ordering shit to keep busy. And y'all want to fuck with me. And then when I see your daughter go get my shit and tell the mailman or the mail lady to deliver my shit and y'all repackage my shit, you be like, oh, go over there so she won't blame us. And yet still you're the fucking problem. It's either you, Vilmane, Reyes, all of y'all. Every time y'all hear me ordering some shit. Yesterday I got some food from some place I ordered food. Hutchinson's standing out there ready to snatch my box. Then the little girl across the street with the black car, she pulls up, expecting my box to be out there. They ready to pounce. And it could be poison in that box. They don't know. But they was waiting for the guy to leave, for them to for him to come over and grab up my shit. And whatever he left, she was gonna grab. And yes, still, y'all say I'm the problem. Y'all fucking with people while y'all think because y'all can fuck with people and nobody's keep going to do something. Don't you think people get tired? That's why, in these schools and stuff, all these shootings was happening because these people was just picking and picking and picking at these young boys. And then the young boys just couldn't take it no more and went shooting every fucking body, including the ones who was picking on them. So most of the children who died, they was picking on this young boy. And then the parents get on TV, oh, not my child. My child was so innocent. Knowing the bitch wasn't innocent. Your daughter and your son was a fucking bully. And you didn't stop it. And now your daughter's dead because they picked on the child so much that the child combusted, didn't know where else to turn, because I'm sure he turned to adults in the school. I'm sure he turned to his parents. I'm sure he turned to whatever little friends he had and asked them, why are these people picking on me? If they don't like me, why don't they just leave me alone? Because they feel they can. And when all the schools get shot up, they look at the little boy and say, oh, he's crazy and he's a monster. And he deserved this and he deserved. No. Your fucking kid was a brat, and your fucking kid was messing with that kid. And the kid just couldn't take it no more, because your kid messing with him, and then your kid is telling all the other friends, just like the adults do, you know? Oh, fuck with her. She don't do nothing. Eventually people blow. So these little kids that shot up all these schools and stuff, and these parents want to cry foul, knowing they fucking kid is the one that caused it, and a few innocent people got hurt, but most of the ones that they went out looking for those kids deliberately and killed them. They wasn't innocent. But of course, if you say something like that, you're going to think, oh, she's a monster and this and that, because people don't want to come to the realization that people is not taking bullying anymore. Especially young kids. They're not taking it anymore because you feel like you're superior than me, and you have the authority to come fucking bully me, and then you're going to tell your friends to do the same thing. And I'm supposed to, take it throughout my school years? So they blow and they go get a gun and shoot the fuck up. So that little boy, because usually it's little white boys, so that little boy who shot up the schools, they didn't just decided to do that. They just felt that they had no other recourse, because nobody would help them. Nobody would talk to their children. Nobody would sit their kids down and tell their kids stop bullying, because their parents are bullies. And sometimes the child tells the parent the wrong story. But the parent don't get up and go to the school and try to speak to that child and say, listen, is my child bothering you? Usually the first question is, what did he do to my child? My child probably was responding because he did something to my child. Okay, I'll play devil's advocate. But does that give your child the right to now in turn out to be the bully? And then putting other people's children life in jeopardy because of you and your crew nonsense? And then when that child can't take it no more because nobody would help him, and he picks up a gun and goes shoot you and your whole crew and maybe a few innocent bystanders, whose fault is it? It's everybody's fault, because everybody think it's cute, except when it's done in the schools. When it's done to you guys, you don't think it's cute. That's why y'all always protesting, and y'all protested for some drug addict who was paranoid. He didn't want to go in a car. The officer was trying to do his job. The officer was very patient. He's lashing out on the officer. He's trying to get away from the officer. The officer is restraining him because he said he couldn't breathe, and the officer wasn't even touching him. He was just so drugged up that he was so paranoid. Oh, I can't breathe. And the officer was outside the car. He was inside the car, and the door was wide open. But you want to call hate crime? What about that officer? What about Officer Chavin. What about him? What about his life? He tried to restrain him. They was very patient with him. They didn't shove him in the car instantly. They gave him time to get in. They told him he had to get in. They spent about 20 minutes just trying to get this man in the car. Other officers would just throw his ass in there, lock the door, and keep it moving. Them, they took their time. He tried to get away several times. He had drugs on his tongue, and he was saying he can't breathe. The officer wasn't even touching him at that time. So that means he was paranoid. And plus he said he's claustrophobic. But you got to get arrested. So therefore, when you get arrested, you got to go in a cop car. We cannot accommodate your claustrophobia when you're getting arrested, sir. So you have to put up with it for about 15 minutes until we get you to the station. If you was an officer, you would know all that, but you're not. You're seeing what you want to see. You want to use the little snippets and the little parts of what you want to see. Meanwhile, the Black Lives Matter leadership is buying $3 million mansions off the money that they made. What about the officer? The officer took all that time trying to get this man into the vehicle. Oh, he died of asphyxiation. He died off of drugs. And being down on the floor. Probably at that time, yeah. But what is the officer supposed to do? Let him go? They're trying to calm him down. He don't want to listen to directions. He's paranoid on drugs. So now the family want to sue. It's all about money. They sacrificed him so they can make money. They didn't care about him when he was alive. They couldn't give a shit about him. Whatever his name is. Family didn't give a shit. But they give a shit about him now. Because they see money in the eyes. That lawsuit money. Because if the officer is found guilty, they can sue the city. But if he's found innocent, they can still sue him if he's found innocent. But what's his name had no money. So where they going to get the money from? So therefore, they're hoping and praying for a guilty plea so they can sue the city and run off with millions and millions of dollars. That's the new game now. Don't let me be a juror. And the police chief need to be fired. Because he's afraid. He's not being an officer now. He's afraid. He's looking at himself in the future after the trial. Because if he go against the machine, which is the Black Lives Matter machine, and he speaks up for Officer Chavin, they're going to want his job. So he's not answering the question as an officer. He's answering the question as a black civilian. He's thinking about what is going to happen to me if I say what I have to say about Officer Chavin and what transpired. He's thinking his career is over because Black Lives Matter and Al Sharpton is going to go after his job because they're using the fact, the race card. And they saying, how can a black chief go against a black man who's been killed by a white officer? So he had to make a choice. I watched his testimony the other day. That's why I came up with the assumption. Not because, off my top of my head. I watched his testimony. And he was testifying as a black man, not as an officer where would his life be after this trial? If he doesn't go with the machine, which is Black Lives Matter machine, and say what they want him to say, they would protest him and make him lose his job. Because that's the bully tactic. And of course, Black lives do matter. Because there's people out there obeying the law, or even the ones that's disobeying the law. But they comply. All this protest is putting a lot of Black lives at risk, because you're training Black people and Black boys and girls to resist the officers, therefore putting their lives in jeopardy. Because when you resist an officer and you grab for something or you do something, an officer is going to think you're looking for something. You're trying to get a weapon. So therefore, when they train us, they don't train us to shoot the kneecap or whatever. Center mass. Because and I didn't understand that either. And to be honest with you, I don't like that center mass stuff. You know, I'm like, well, can't you put them down? Like, shoot them in the foot, the arm, something, whatever. But you shoot him in one arm, he can get the other arm and draw the gun at you. You understand? But I'm still up in the air with that. But I don't like it. I don't like the center mass thing. But I'm just telling you how y'all training today's young people. You're training today's young people to disrespect the law and police officers. I have a lot of problems with police officers myself. But I do disrespect them. I call them out their name. But when they give me a command, I follow it. Even though I'm mad, I still follow it. Even though I know they on the take, I follow their command. Even that day when the officer came and he didn't want to question the other person, he told me to put this down, I put it down. He told me step back, I step back. I continued cussing him out. But everything he told me to do, I did. And I couldn't stand him because I know he was part of the crew. But you're training our young people to disrespect. So that means you're trying to cause more of our young people to get killed. Because in the officer's mind now, black or white, everybody's so angry with the police department now. They don't know what's your intention when you get riled up and when you start digging for shit and you're not following directions and all we doing is giving you a simple car stop and you want to go on and on and on and on and do this and grab this and do this. They don't know. So now they're in more fear for their lives. I'm just talking as an officer. Because civilians don't understand what it is to be an officer because we see the bad parts of society. You just hear what you want to hear from the person behind the bars and who's getting arrested. They tell you what they want you to know, but you don't see the real person. The disrespectful inmate. Floyd, George Floyd, right? That's his name. So this Mr. Floyd now, because it was two of them in the car. The other one, he came out. The officer told him come out. He came out, sat down like the officer told him. George Floyd was a menace at the very beginning because he was so high. And the officer, knew something was wrong. So the officers was very patient, I thought, looking on as a civilian. I'm like, damn, they was very patient. He's crying out he can't breathe, and the officer's nowhere near him. Watch the tape. Stop listening to what you hear. Watch the full tape and be real. Don't feel guilty that you have a different opinion than the whole black society because this is the bully tactic. They If you dare to have a different opinion than what they want you to have, they're going to come bully you. And I know it's a very scary thing because they're going to want to stop thinking your business. So what? They're going to want to do all that. Don't do that. Don't don't condemn an innocent person. Don't condemn an innocent officer because you don't have the likes for officer. Every officer is not the same. And Officer Chavin did the best he can with Mr. Floyd. It's a sad thing. The man ended up dead, but it was not just because of Officer Chavin. George Floyd had something to do with it also. But you don't want that to come out in the newspapers because the newspapers, first of all, does not have any reporters anymore. They have commentators. So therefore, if you leave out certain things in the paper or on the news, you're not gonna know because a lot of people just go by what they hear in the news. They don't read, they don't investigate, they don't look at this, and only snippets of the encounter with Mr. Floyd and Mr. Chavin is shown, and it's benefiting the Chavin side. You understand? Because that's what they want to show. They want to show that um, he's a rogue cop and he went off the books and he was very hostile with Mr. Floyd and all that bullshit and other people like the man who got shot and now he's paralyzed. Why are you gonna go in a car and officers is right there telling you do not go in your car? And you had weapons in your car. And you know it. It's not like you didn't know. You knew it because you told them. And why did you tell them that you have a knife in there and go for the knife? You and your baby mother arguing. You and your baby mother arguing. Okay, fine and dandy, but the officer was there on the request of the baby mother because you posed a threat. All you had to do, you can continue to argue, whatever, but when the officer come, explain to the officer what was going on.